Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we will be working with maps in PySpark. So what exactly is the map? In PySpark, a map is a collection of key value pairs where each key is unique and each key is associated with an exactly one value. It is similar to the dictionary in Python. It is widely used in Spark for efficiently organizing and accessing data. Now here is my sample data. You can see we have this column or element, you can call it. It is as only just a name, and here is our map data. So we can see that we have keys such as name, age, and city, and these are the values for those keys. So let's take a look and create this data frame out of this data. And how we will be doing that, we will be using df equal to this data frame name spark.create data frame, then provide the sample data, and then provide a list of the columns. So I'm using the name as a column first for this values, and then I will be using a profile for this map values. So once that's done, we are going to go ahead and use the df.show to see the data in our data frame. Let's execute this code and take a look. And here is my original data frame that we have the name and we have a profile, and you can see the name is just a simple string column, and here is the data for the map column. So we can see that we have name, value, then city is also key, and we have value here, then age is a key, and then we have value for that one as well. So it is a key pair data. Now let's take a look on different operations that can be performed on this type of data. Here we can create the map by using create a map function, and how you do that, to create a map column from a key value pair. So if we can provide that key pair value, then it will be able to use or create the map column. So here I'm creating a new data frame called df_map, and we are using old data frame df and selecting some columns from there such as name, and then we are creating a new column by using a create map. So here I'm using this lit country, so that's my key, and then lit USA, that's my value for that key. So lit means constant value. Okay, so wherever we need to put the constant value, we can use the lit function right there. And then we have another key here called language, and the value for that is the English. And then I alias this as a new map. And now we will have two columns, one coming from data frame df, another new one coming from this constant value we are creating right there as a new column. So let's execute and then take a look. So here is the output that is we have just created by using the create a map function, and this can be used to create a map from the key value pairs, and we see that the country is USA, then language is English, and these are static values, so they are going to be constant or same values for all the records across our data frame records. So now let's go and take a look on the second function where we have map keys, and this extracts the keys from the map. So you know that we already have seen that here we have keys such as name, age, and city. If we want to extract those, we can use this function called the map keys. This will extract the keys from the map. Now we are creating a new data frame called the df keys, and here I'm providing the original data frame df select, and I'm selecting the column name, and then I'm selecting the map keys from the profile column. So also I can display the profile column right there for you, so you can see exactly two things in parallel, and that will help to understand. So we are going to present a name and profile column from the data frame df, and then here I'm using map underscore keys to get the keys only from the profile column from our df data frame, and alias as the keys. Now let's execute this code and take a look. So here is our output, and you can see that these two columns are coming from the data frame df as is, and then we created the keys column depending upon this value, but only extracted the keys. So you can see that we have key name, city, and age, and that's exactly we have extracted from here. If we would have different data, let's say in this case, then maybe age 1 or something, then it will come as is, as if you will do something like that. So now if I will execute, what's going to happen, you are going to see different output. So it will extract all those keys. So here you can see that these are the keys extracted from our data profile. So here we can make revert the change back. We don't want to be age 11 and this and that. So I just want to show you for the example. Now we can go, and if we want to take only look on the values, we can extract those values by using a map underscore values. So this function will only extract the values from those key pair map column. So here is we are creating a new data frame, df underscore values, the df dot select. So we want to select different columns from our data frame, and here again we are extracting the values from profile column. I'm gonna display this column anyways, so we can see the column itself and then values. So in this case we are calling this a new column values, and it's not going to show us the keys but the values for those keys. So here you go, and you can see that for a name column, name key, we have Amir here, so it extracted Amir. Then we have for city we have New York, it extracted New York as a value, and then we have 30, that's a value for the age. So it is showing us only the values. In the previous example we have seen that how to extract the map keys if we want to do that. That's very simple as well by using map keys function, and if we want to select the map values, then we can use this function to get the values out of those columns or column. Here if you want to extract key value pairs as a struct type, so then you can use this function as well. You will be using map underscore entries column here, method to extract those values. So here we have df entries, and that's a new data frame we are creating, and here is a df dot select. We are selecting columns such as name, and then applying this function called the map underscore entries, and from on the profile column, because that's the column that has a key value pairs, and then we call this alias as entries. What's going to happen is going to give us a key value pair as a struct type. So if I go ahead and execute, it is okay. Maybe I will just show you original data as well on the side, so it will help you kind of see the things how exactly they will look. So here we are converting our column to the struct type. So here you see that we have a key and value, then we have key and value, and here it has converted to the struct type. So it has put these curly parentheses around it. So that's your struct type. Now it has taken each pair of those values and then put in the struct, and then this is become array on top of that. So you can see that the square parenthesis on top of that, but inside that you have this is struct type data here. Now if we go ahead and take a look on the map contains key, we check if a key exists in the map. So here if we are checking the key called age, and if it does exist, it's going to return us the true, otherwise it will return us the false. So here I'm creating a new data frame, df underscore contains key, and I'm checking in a df data frame, that's our original data frame, and using select column. So we are selecting the column name and then saying map underscore contain key, and check in which column profile. That's what our column in which we would like to check. And what we would like to check, we would like to check for the key called age, and if it does exist, it's gonna return us true, otherwise it's not gonna return us otherwise it's gonna return us false. So if I will execute this, we have the age in pretty much all of them, that's why we're getting true. Actually for last record we have false, so that means the age is not there. So let me see what happened there. So we have name Lena, and then we have age. Yeah, because when I executed last time I didn't refresh it, so that's why it is shown. It took us actually age 11. Remember that we had that, that's why it was showing us false. So that's a good thing. If you want to run it again, I want to show you. Okay, so this was saved in the data frame, that's why when we executed this part, it is return us false for that. So I'm going to go ahead and execute this now, and then now you are going to still see false for Alina, because age does not exist, there is age 11. So if you want to check for age 11, what's going to happen now, it's going to return us true for that record that we see, and then false for all other records, because age 11 only exists in this one and not in other ones. So this is how you can check if the key exists or not. So I'm going to actually remove this and execute one more time to refresh my data frame, and then we have actual records right there. Okay, so let me correct this one as well, because I have to provide you this in the description, and that's how you can test your different scenarios. Okay, now we learn how to do the map contains key, and that checks if the key exists in that map. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use a map underscore concat that concatenates multiple maps. So here is a profile map. We already know that we have there, and then we are creating a new map and concatenating them. So df for data frame concat, that's a new data frame I'm creating here, and I'm using old data frame df, and I'm selecting the column name, and then I'm using this method map underscore concat, and using this column profile from the df data frame, and then I'm creating the map. So you will use create map function, and then provide static values for the key, and then the value. So here is the key is status, and this is value active, and now I want to concatenate this value, this map, with this profile, and then for that one I'm using a map underscore concat, and then we alias this one as a concatenated map, and now we can execute this. It's gonna show us the two maps concatenated. So here you go, you can see that we have name, and then value Amir, then we have city and New York, and age 30, and this status is active, is added from this part, because we merge, we concatenated another map to the profile. That's what happened here. So if you need to concatenate two maps, that's possible. You will be using a map underscore concat function in this case. Think about a scenario where you have a string and you would like to convert to the map, and that this function will help you to achieve that. You will be using string to map, and here you will be convert a string to the map based on the delimiters. And here we are creating a new data frame, and we are using old data frame df, selecting column from their name, and then we are saying string to map, and then I have this constant values, key 1 is equal to value 1, key 2 is equal to value 2, and then I'm providing this constant to for the separation. So comma and equal to, that's going to help us to create this map. So this will stay pretty much it every time, and this is the value you are going to change. So now this is a string value, and we would like to convert to the map. So now we are displaying a df string to map dot show, and this is gonna help us to see the output. So let's take a look here, and now you can see that we have a map from the string, and we have key 1 value 1, key 2 value 2, and then it's repeating for all those records which are coming from the data frame here. So now if I want to change, let's say if I will say address, okay, and now address is unknown. So this is my values, and for this for other second key, maybe I don't want to have key, I want to say phone number. Okay, so you can change those values, and here you will say 505,000, and that's it. Okay, now if I will execute, you will see more like now how exactly it will look. See right there. So we have address, and then unknown value, and the phone number is this. So you can see that you can convert a string to the map by using this string to map function. Now here is another function, map from arrays. If you want to create a map from arrays values, then you can do that, creating a map from array of keys and values. So if you have that array, then you will be able to easily create the map. So here is my data frame. I'm creating a df underscore map from arrays, and here is my old data frame, and I'm selecting the column name from this data frame, and then I'm using a map from arrays, and here this is a first array. So you can see that array, and I'm creating this array called with values key 1, and then I'm creating this second value called key 2. So this array, first array has 2 values. So then I have another array that has value 1 and value 2. So this is how it will look like if you have array 1. Array 1, let's say, is gonna be like this. Okay, key 1, and then you have key 2, and then second array 2 has the value 1 and value 2. So this is how exactly this is going to produce. This is producing array 1, and this is producing an array 2 for you with constant values 1 and 2. And then we can use this map from arrays and convert that. So I'm going to just comment this out, and now if we execute, you're going to see the output. So you can see that it is a map is created from the arrays by using the map from arrays. If you want to change the values, I mean, just for sake, like, hey, guess what, I want to do a name here, and then here is age, and then you will say name is Amir and age is equal to, I don't know, I'm gonna be like 45. Okay, that's fine. Let's take a look. So here is our output. So you can see that from two arrays we have created the map. One array contain the keys, and other array contain the values, and we just put them together, and that created us the map. So you can do that as well. So here we are going to take a look into the map underscore filter that filters the map by predicate function. Now we are creating a new data frame here, and we are applying this old data frame dot select. Then that means we want to select the column name from there. Then we are applying a map underscore filter on the profile column. And here is our lambda, that function, and then we have k, that means a key, and v for values. And we are saying length k for k, that means the length of key is greater than equal to 4. So if we have let's say in this case, if you see, I have these different keys, name, age, and city. So you can see that this has 4 characters, age has 3 characters, and city has 4 characters. So once I'm going to apply this filter, what's going to happen, the age will disappear, because I'm filtering where the length of the key is greater than equal to 4, and then I call this one as a filtered map. And then I'm printing this out by using a show function. So let's execute this one and take a look. So you can see that as the length we were checking for the keys, and we have the name is present here, and the values are there, and we have key city here because these are more than or equal to 4 characters, and that's right. Now it's the same way we can do on the value. If we have value here, let's say we have Amir is for 5 characters, and then we have 4, and 4 other ones are 4. Okay, so if I will do value, and let's say, and now instead of k we will say v, and here is greater than equal to 4. So now I'm gonna say greater than 4. Okay, so in this case what's going to happen, only we should see one record, that is Amir here, and you can see right there. So name is equal to Amir, that's what it is displaying here, and then other names are not coming because they are 4 characters, and city is coming in as a New York because the value is more than 4 characters right there, and these cities are also more than 4 characters. That's why these are showing up. So you can use this filter and apply on the either of the key or on the length, and go from there, and it will help you to filter the records. I thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, and I will put this entire code in the description, you can use from there.